Chapter 12. First Engagement. The feathered arrow struck Chen Yuan in the buttocks. The pain of torn flesh, the thick sensation of blood flowing along the arrowhead, and the smell of blood spreading through the air, everything felt so real. Chen Yuan fell to the ground and shouted, "Damn it, it hurts so bad. Who the hell came up with setting realism to 95%? I'm going to kill him." Not only that, being shot in the buttocks by the arrow also caused a loss of mobility. He felt that his buttocks and legs could not exert any strength. Even the slightest movement sent tearing pain through his entire body. Chen Yuan looked at Xia Yingxue beside him, who was on the verge of death. "If I had known it would hurt this much, I wouldn't have saved you. What kind of fishing competition is this? It's pure torture." Though Chen Yuan complained, he still clenched his teeth, pushed off the ground with one leg, and used both hands to push Xia Yingxue's body, moving her behind the steel wire casting fishing platform. Another feathered arrow shot over. The white feathered long arrow flew past Chen Yuan's back. Sweating profusely from pain, Chen Yuan was so frightened that it felt as if he had fallen into an ice cave. Enduring his injuries, he did not dare stop for even a moment. Ignoring the pain in his buttocks, he pressed his body tightly against the ground and crawled with all his strength behind the fishing platform. The blood flowing from Xia Yingxue's chest and the blood flowing from Chen Yuan's buttocks dyed the soil in front of them red. With cover in place, Chen Yuan finally relaxed a little and shouted, "Baby, I'm injured. What should we do now?" And Lan was still flying above Chen Yuan. She was Chen Yuan's AI sprite assistant. The enemy could not see her, and even if they could not harm her in the slightest. "Chen Yuan, you need to treat your injuries yourself. Don't you have bandages and golden wound medicine? Now is the time to use them." Chen Yuan wore a bitter expression. Twisting his body, he looked at the arrow stuck in his buttocks and said, "How do I use it?" And Lan replied, "First pull out the arrow, then apply the golden wound medicine to the wound and rub it in forcefully. Finally, wrap it with bandages. In a few days, you'll be fine." Chen Yuan cursed angrily. "What? Rub the wound forcefully? That bunch of bastards at Mingxia only come up with ways to torture people. Why didn't they design oral golden wound medicine? Rubbing a wound, and with force too, devils, all of them." His buttocks hurt so much that he didn't dare move. Having to rub it, he might as well commit suicide. And Lan explained, "You were shot in the buttocks. That's an external injury. Golden wound medicine treats external injuries. Even if I gave you a big restorative pill to swallow, it wouldn't help. Of course, if you're afraid of pain, you don't have to rub it in, but it will heal more slowly." Chen Yuan felt like dying just listening to her. Suddenly, his buttocks spasmed, and the pain made him bare his teeth as tears streamed down his face. Looking at the long arrow stuck in him, he asked, "How do I pull it out?" And Lan imitated Chen Yuan's posture, lying on the ground as she spoke and demonstrated. "Open your mouth and bite your arm, stick your butt up, grip the arrow shaft tightly with the other hand, steel your heart, and pull it out hard in one go." Chen Yuan tried to follow her example. As soon as his palm lightly touched the arrow shaft, that piercing pain shot through his nerves to every part of his body. His arm trembled. "Is there any other way? This hurts too much. I really can't do it." And Lan shook her head. "There's only you right now. You have to pull it out yourself. I want to help you, but I'm powerless. I can't perform any physical actions." Plop! It sounded like something had fallen into the water. The sound was very faint, but Chen Yuan heard it clearly. He turned his head toward the source of the sound. It was the island of that blonde, blue-eyed foreigner. At that moment, there was no one on the island, and on the lake surface appeared a blonde head, swimming rapidly toward him. Chen Yuan was so frightened that his whole body trembled. Blood and cold sweat poured out uncontrollably. He turned to Lan and asked, "What is he trying to do?" And Lan tensed her legs, her small fists trembling in front of her chest. "He must have noticed that you're both injured. He's coming to kill you and take your resources to strengthen himself. There's only one explanation. You can do that." And Lan nodded in fear. Although this is the third blue star, a virtual world, its natural laws are the same as the real blue star. This is allowed by the rules. "Chen Yuan, if you don't want to be eliminated, you have to pull the arrow out, apply medicine, bandage the wound, and then fight him. I believe he's definitely not here to help you." "Yeah, he already shot arrows at us. If he's not here to kill me, then why would he come?" Seeing the opponent's strong swimming posture, he had already reached the middle between the two islands in no time. An Lan urged anxiously, "Chen Yuan, if you don't act now, it'll be too late. Hurry." Looking at the opponent's swimming speed and thinking that he might die at the other's hands, and thinking of the 1,000 blue star coins he had paid, Chen Yuan's eyes burned with fury. His teeth clenched tightly, and his trembling arm gripped the arrow shaft firmly. An Lan's sapphire-like eyes shone with sharp yet expectant light. "Chen Yuan, come on, pull it. A man has to be ruthless to himself." Chen Yuan took a deep breath, his chest and abdomen swelling. Lying flat on the ground, he opened his mouth and revealed teeth like frost, biting hard into his own arm. Pain from his arm flooded his body. With the other hand, he suddenly exerted force and yanked the feathered arrow out of his buttocks. The sharp triangular arrowhead tore through Chen Yuan's flesh, ripping at his nerves, causing unbearable pain. He almost couldn't catch his breath, but fortunately, the arrow was pulled out successfully. Chen Yuan's face was pale. He let out a long breath, his whole body drenched in sweat. A small bloody hole was left in his buttocks, blood flowing out continuously like a warm spring. An Lan cheered him on, pointing at the golden wound medicine on the ground. "Chen Yuan, you can do it. Come on, pour the medicine on the wound now, then rub it in forcefully. It'll heal quickly." In pain and discomfort, Chen Yuan had the urge to give up the competition, but he couldn't accept losing 1,000 blue star coins. He slapped himself to stay awake, then knelt on both knees, stuck his buttocks up toward the sky, pressed his forehead against the ground, and picked up a red medicine bottle from beside him. Twisting the cap open, a pungent medicinal smell spread through the air. He had no time to care about anything else. Holding the bottle in his right hand, he pointed it at his wounded buttocks, turned the mouth downward, and white powder poured out, falling into the bloody hole. When the powder touched the wound, it made a sizzling sound, as if the flesh were being scorched by fire. Chen Yuan's left-hand fingers dug deep into the soil. His whole body trembled, his face twisted extremely, and low hoarse roars burst from his throat. His ragged breathing blew dust up from the ground. Chen Yuan was in extreme pain. It felt as if his buttocks were being stirred by sharp blades. However, the golden wound medicine powder was solidifying the blood that kept flowing out of his wound. Seeing the opponent getting closer and closer, An Lan shouted nervously, "Rub it. Use force. Hurry, Chen Yuan. He's about to arrive." Chen Yuan pressed his forehead against the ground. Painful sweat kept pouring out, soaking the earth. He didn't look toward the lake. The burning pain in his buttocks pulled at his entire body and mind. An Lan continued urging him, warning him of the urgency and the imminent danger. Chen Yuan knew what would happen if the opponent reached shore. His eyes were bloodshot like a spider web. He opened his mouth again, and bit down hard on his arm. His right palm, emotionless like an iron hand, slapped his own buttocks hard. Like kneading dough, he rubbed his wounded buttocks crazily with rapid force. Painful low roars echoed throughout the land and sky. Under the force, flesh and medicine recovered rapidly, while the pain made Chen Yuan want to kill someone. "Hold on, Chen Yuan, you can do it," and Lan comforted him constantly, giving him confidence and courage. As he continued rubbing, the extreme tearing pain in his buttocks eased considerably. Compared to before, it now felt much easier. "Chen Yuan, bandage the wound. Just wrap it casually," and Lan instructed precisely, like a professional mentor. Chen Yuan followed her advice and grabbed the bandages, wrapping them messily around his buttocks. "Chen Yuan, take the bow and shoot him." Chen Yuan tilted his face and immediately spotted the bow placed nearby. He stepped over in one stride. Although his buttocks still hurt, it was completely within a tolerable range. His movements weren't very smooth, but it was far better than being unable to move at all earlier. Chen Yuan picked up the bow and aimed at the blonde, blue-eyed man in the water. The opponent was startled, fear flashing in his eyes. He raised both hands above his head. "Hi, friend. Don't shoot. I'm here to help you. You need my help. Let's be friends. My name is Peter. What's your name?" The man stopped advancing, standing in the water. Chen Yuan looked at An Lan and said, "This foreigner's way of thinking is really strange. He clearly tried to kill me just now. How does he suddenly call himself a friend? That change is way too fast." An Lan wore a serious expression and said firmly, "Don't let your guard down." His sprite assistant probably gave him that advice. And this isn't thick-skinned, it's shameless. Chen Yuan, shoot him. Don't have any illusions about his words. Thinking of the pain from being shot earlier, which had almost killed him, Chen Yuan wanted the other man to taste that suffering too. He shot a long arrow straight at the opponent's head. The arrow flew. Chen Yuan, Peter, and their respective sprite assistants were all stunned. Chen Yuan's arrow flew off far away, missing by several meters, with no accuracy at all. Chen Yuan's face turned red, and he instantly forgot the pain in his buttocks. Embarrassed, he said, "Sorry, it's my first time shooting." Peter was stunned at first, then a smile appeared on his face. He brushed his golden hair with his hand, water droplets dripping from it onto the lake surface, forming ripples. He laughed. "Ha ha, friend, that's not how you use a bow. I'll teach you how to shoot. We can cooperate, more friends, more paths, right?" Chen Yuan picked up another feathered arrow, drew the bow at Peter again, and shouted, "Bullshit. You wanted to kill us just now, and now you're talking about friendship. If your words were trustworthy, pigs would climb trees. Go to hell." Chen Yuan shot again, believing his aim was accurate, but the arrow still missed by several meters. "Ha ha, turns out you're trash. You can't even use a bow. You're dead for sure." Seeing that both of Chen Yuan's arrows missed him by far, Peter's confidence swelled. He no longer took Chen Yuan seriously, revealing a vicious expression. Although Chen Yuan couldn't hit him, he continued to draw the bow and aim. "What, you're not pretending anymore? Not even bothering to act with that fake face now?" Peter's face turned cold. HMPH. Against someone with such poor hands-on ability, I don't need to pretend. Friend, take my advice, don't struggle uselessly, otherwise, the pain you suffer will be worse than being shot by an arrow. I can give you a quick death. This kind of conquest and slaughter game isn't suitable for a little lamb like you. Go home obediently. Hearing the opponent's arrogance and recalling his own suffering, Chen Yuan's mouth twitched uncontrollably. He fired 3 arrows in a row, not one hitting. None even came close to Peter's body. Chen Yuan was furious. "And Lan, baby, teach me how to shoot. Missing like this isn't going to work." And Lan, as an intelligent AI assistant, answered without hesitation. "It's too late to learn archery now. Didn't you keep shooting off target just now? Then aim at where your arrows have been missing and shoot there instead. Missing to hit. Maybe you'll actually hit him." Chen Yuan felt extremely awkward hearing this, but thought it made some sense. He drew another arrow, and shot along the offset trajectory. Although it still didn't hit, it landed much closer to Peter. Chen Yuan was delighted. "Hey, it actually works." Seeing the method was effective, Chen Yuan kept shooting while adjusting the offset. He fired 3 more arrows. Although none hit Peter, the last arrow flew over Peter's head, frightening him into diving into the water. And Lan smiled slightly and said to Chen Yuan, "Don't relax your guard. As long as he dares to show his head, shoot him." After 7 or 8 shots under extreme tension, Chen Yuan's concentration became extremely focused. He didn't dare relax at all. He had gained some experience from the shots. Although he couldn't hit the target, he could still suppress Peter. As for Peter, he was indeed impressive. He stayed underwater for 3 minutes without surfacing, as if he had vanished. Chen Yuan and Lan moved along the island's edge. Whenever bubbles appeared on the surface, they would warn each other and prepare. With Xia Yingxue and Chen Yuan's islands connected, the total area was only 20 square meters. If the island were any larger, it would have been much harder to deal with. 2 more minutes passed before Peter finally surfaced. However, the distance from Chen Yuan's island had increased from 10 meters to over 30 meters. At such a distance, with Chen Yuan's current archery skill, hitting him was impossible. Peter shook his head left and right, took a deep breath, and looked at Chen Yuan with a smile, though his eyes carried a sinister and vicious look. "Blondie, your island is about to drift away. I advise you not to target me anymore. You'd better leave quickly." Turning around in the water, his island drifted farther and farther away with the current. From a distance, it looked like a small box floating on the surface of the water.